the guy right there. Stephon Diggs, University of Maryland. You know what? Nobody in the league has more receptions than this guy. 111 so far this year and over 1,300 yards. Guess what? Remember the name Eric Moulds? 1998, he set the Bills' receiving record. Well, Stephon Diggs needs just 55 more yards, and he'll break that. Man, is he rhythming up very well with the young Josh Allen. I can't wait to see him play tonight.
All right. Fun fact, I caught a pass from him once. Long story. Let's welcome in Mike Giardi, braving the elements there. All right. Mike, how are the Bills handling this newfound role reversal where they are now playoff bound while the Pats will be watching the playoffs from home?
Up is down, down is up. Great confusion here, right? Because it's normally the Patriots that are in this spot. Instead, they're playing out the string while the Bills are the team to beat in the AFC East. And if the Bills can beat the Patriots tonight, it'd be twice in 1 year. They haven't done that since 1999. Wade Phillips was the head coach. Doug Flutie was the quarterback. And I talked to some of the Bills players this week about this idea. Does this game mean a little something to you just because you haven't done it? And I love the honesty of the safeties, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, because everybody else was giving me sort of the pat answer. It's the next game. That's the most important game. And Poyer said, they've been kicking our butt for what, like 20 years? He goes, yeah, of course it would mean something to me. And Micah Hyde said, you know what, for 3 years I've been a Buffalo Bill. I've gone in there and I've lost. In fact, I came in here with another team and I lost in a preseason game. I've never won there. So absolutely, I want to win. I want to beat the Patriots at Gillette Stadium and make it a sweep. And by the way, the Patriots doing a very nice thing today. Healthcare Hero Appreciation Night. And the players wore shirts in the pregame warm-ups, if you will, to get loose with some of the select healthcare workers' names and faces on the shirts. A pretty nice gesture when you consider all we've been through in this country and what the healthcare workers have done for us this year, MJ.
I love that. Very classy, very well-to-do. All right, Mike, please go get warm for a little bit. We'll catch up with you a little later in the show. All right, guys, look at this. Well. We seem to have a little tie for first in our Total Access Monday Night Picks. Mooch, it is an honor, Coach. We're both at 11-4. Willie right behind us, 10-5. David Carr still laughing in this pick, 9-6. So what do we do here in this situation?
Well,
Willie McGinest, our reigning
you know,
champ.
from one champ to another, I got to do the do, and I got to give you props because you've earned it. And I'll pass over the trophy. It's a little heavy, so don't mind sitting it down if you want.
I just want to thank everyone who helped me pick. No one did. I picked.
Hey, Mooch, you're a little far away, so I got to make sure I practice social distancing with you.
Are we sharing that trophy?
Mooch, it's like it's both of ours. Yeah, it's like it's both of ours, but like we'll keep it at my house.
Mooch, I drew you a picture of a trophy. I'll give you the picture after the show.
And it matches my outfit. Thank you, Willie.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats.
I'm not used to passing on championships and stuff, but this
year, take it. I will take it gladly. Thank you, Willie.
David, you know, we get some water in the back later.
David.
Yeah, it's all right.
Let's pick this final Monday night game of 2020. Speaking of David, why don't you lead us off here, my friend?
Well, since you already have the crown on, there's clearly no chance that I have. I probably should pick the Patriots just to try and make Willie feel a little bit better, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pick the Bills 30-14.
All right, I like it.
Oh, okay, I'm going to go with the Bills. I know it pains me to say it. My Patriots are off track this year, so the Bills, they want to solidify this division, 27-17. I'm going to go with the Bills.
All right, I'm going to go with the Bills as well. You know, they've won 7 out of 8, and the only one they lost was that Hail Murray, right? Okay, right. They're on a roll, very confident. The Pats have lost a couple in a row. 31, this is going to be the score. This should be the tiebreaker, MJ. My score will be 31-17 tonight.
I don't know, because I think I'm going with the... No, I'm absolutely going with the Bills. Come on, let's be serious. I'm going with the Bills, 36-21. But yeah, Mooch, I'm keeping an eye on that score. Maybe that will, or we could just rock, paper, scissors for it in the end of it.
Okay.
I like that too. All right, guys, thanks. Let's run it back a little bit with another edition of Love to See It. And you know what, guys? I will gladly do the honors this week and start things off with the Miami Dolphins. What a Christmas miracle. I mean, Fitz Santa came through after Brian Flores benched Tua. Don't call it a comeback. Right. This is why I love to see it, though, because did you see the interaction between Fitzpatrick and Tua after every drive? Student and teacher, the humility, the brotherhood, that is what is going to set Tua apart as he progresses in his career. But man, Fitzpatrick and what he did for this team, this comeback win, the best no-look pass, as Patrick Mahomes said, ever. I mean, absolutely incredible. But there's a little bit of history to bring up here as Fitz eliminated the Raiders. David and your brother, Derek, can you take us back to the birth of Fitzmagic?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I can take you back to the birth of Fitzmagic because I was there, 2005. Ryan Fitzpatrick rolls into the Houston Texans arena, and he's a backup quarterback, and he's sitting on the bench, and we're up 24-3, feeling pretty good about ourselves. We go to halftime, starting quarterback gets hurt. I don't remember who the starting quarterback for the Rams was at the time. Here comes this kid off the bench, starts slinging the ball over the yard. I'm like, where's this guy from? Is he? What I don't understand. Harvard? What is this? And Ivy League school guy just ripping it, and he comes back all the way, end up kicking an onside kick. They end up recovering the onside kick. From the onside kick spot, they kick a field goal to send it to overtime. He throws a touchdown pass in overtime to beat us. And I told Derek last night, I called him, I said, hey, man, that's my fault. I started this whole thing. It was from 16 years ago, and this thing happened, and I apologized to him, and he felt a little bit better, but it didn't really help.
You were passing on that juju to your brother there, 16,
Yeah.
Probably a little baby Fitzmagic beard there.
Yeah,
Wow,
bueno.
wow, wow. Let's see it.
All right. Am I going next? How about C.J. Beathard with the 49ers? He got the start for the Niners, and when he was told that, it was an anniversary where his brother was actually murdered a year ago, and it was an awful, awful thing. And he played with a heavy heart, and I don't know if that inspired him to win or if that inspired the team, but C.J. Beathard threw 3 touchdown passes and played very, very well to beat the Cardinals, and his entire team played inspired. Kittle right there, that was his teammate at Iowa in college, and they all rallied behind him, and they got the big win. They're trying to be the spoiler with Arizona. So C.J. Beathard, we're thinking about you and your family and your brother, and my hat's off to you for playing like you did.
Yeah, condolences to him and his family, man. But that was a heck of a performance by the entire team and Beathard. But for mine, let's make it a lighter note. How about Brady and the Bucs? The Bucs haven't been to the playoffs since 2007. Now, here comes Brady walking in with Gronk and AB and all these other different pieces. And you talk about a team that's supposed to just beat everybody. Well, they struggled a little bit up and down, but they made the playoffs. Brady also set another record. He set a record with the Patriots for single-season touchdowns. He also did it with the Bucs. And I know it's the Detroit Lions, but when you see the way the ball was being spread around, everybody was in sync, everybody was dancing, having a good time, everybody was catching touchdowns. It seemed like going into the playoffs, now the Bucs have finally found their stride, and this is when you want to peak. With 1 or 2 games left in the season, going in, defense playing well, offense, everybody on the same page, and finally, like Bruce Arians said, the head coach, we're all together on the same page. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
I love that you mentioned that, Willie. Keeping that energy up, especially as you get later in the year. I want to go back and take a listen to J.J. Watt after the Texans lost to the Bengals because he had a whole word about playing every game, no matter your record. Take a listen here.
We're in week 16, and we're 4-11, and there's fans that watch this game, that show up to the stadium, that put in time and energy and effort and care about this. So if you can't go out there and you can't work out, you can't show up on time, you can't practice, you can't want to go out there and win, you shouldn't be here. Because this is a privilege. It's the greatest job in the world. You get to go out and play a game. And if you can't care enough, even in week 17, even when you're trash, when you're 4-11, if you can't care enough to go out there and give everything you've got and try your hardest, that's
All right, Coach, now here's a player that we know does everything he can week in, week out, every single day to win football games, regardless of the record, regardless of how many defensive players awards he's won or whatever the case may be. And he's shown a lot of passion, and he puts in the work. So when you look at other players, and notably I'm going to talk about Dwayne Haskins for the Washington Redskins, what's your take as a coach when you have a player that's drafted high, that's making a lot of money, that's in probably the most important position